So now when I look back here at playlists, I want to have my genres in here. So to do that, the first thing I need is on my service for hub service, we want to create something here called right here, request genres, which is just going to invoke request genres on my server. You're also going to have a receive genres, which is an I genre, and we'll do a genres received as this. We'll add it up here as a new one called genres received. And then we need to add it down here as a get genres. Which is a I genre called genres received, like that. So now back here on playlist, I should have something here called genres, and now I want to have a genres received subscription, and I'll add that into the on destroy. And then we're going to do a this.genre subscription equals this.hubservice.get genres of my subscribed genres to the this.genres equals genres. And now if I look here, this is where I have a option box. So let me grab this and bring it in here. And above these, we want to say this thing. And we're going to say class equals genres container. And then this is going to be my element, will be my genre selected ID, which is here, which is a string. And then for each genre of genres, I want to show for the value my genres.id, and all I'm going to show is my genre.name. And so here we also want to issue on my init, I want to do a this.hubservice.request genres. So now on the back end, I want to have a public asynchronous task here called request genres. Is that what it's called? Yeah. and we'll do a try and a catch. And then I'm going to do a await clients.caller.send asynchronous receive genres, which will be my genres. And I need to do my genres equals await my data access layer dot read genres asynchronous. Which is in here called a task of genre array VM DTO called request genres asynchronous. Sorry. Read genres asynchronous. And so now in here we want to have a new function called public virtual asynchronous task called a song. I'm sorry, it's a genre array called read genres asynchronous, like that. Oh, it needs to be DTO, not VM. And now we can look at here, and I'm just going to do this for my genres, except it's going to be a genres. We're going to get the ones that are active, and then this is called a genre DTO, call the DTOs, call the genre DTO here, and then we return the DTOs.toArray. That should be it. So let me add in some genres into my seeded database. Just a second. I don't want to show everything, but I can show some of it. So let's do it here. Above the release notes. We'll add this one in here, and I can get rid of this, and then we can get rid of all of this stuff, and we'll start with this, and now I can add my genre here with a new genre, and we need to have my new GUIDs for this, which is here, and my name. Let's look at this and do that. Oh, I want to, in the data access layer for where I'm doing my read genres, this needs to be dot order by my name. So we have ambient, okay, we have one here called blues and jazz. Well, this is my unduplicated list of genres. So you could have these static ones. And then we have one here called house. I don't care about that, so we'll do one called indie, one called Latin, one called metal, one called pop. We have one called reggae. One called rock. One called R&B. All one word. We have one here called techno. We have one here called trance. And then we have one here called trap. And we need to give them GUIDs. This goes quick. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 'oops, I forgot to get a new one for that one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 'oops, new GUID needs to be this one here. Dubstep. Country. Classical. Just a few more. Chill. And the last one here is blues and jazz. Let me just make sure that those are all different. Looks good. Okay. Go ahead and get rid of this space here. Okay. We can add in my migration, which is add migration, added genre seeds, seeded data. I don't want to show everything, just a preview. That's so funny. And then do an update database here. go ahead and do a properties on this and a multiple and start it up. Okay, now I can jump back over into here, because I should now, when I go to playlist, it should hit this request genres. And it did. It got all 20 of them. Okay, let's try it again and take away the breakpoint. Log out, log in. So here, this should only display if, and here they all are. So this should only display if we're in the home room. So here we want to say ngIf equals show genre selection, which is a bool up here. And I want to say when you're getting your playlist, if this dot playlist dot application user dot ID is equal to this dot hub service dot application user dot ID, then we can do a this dot show that equals true. Okay, that's interesting. So this one, if I did a console.log of this.playlist and I run it again, it didn't get my application user. So over here where we have request playlist, singular, I want to include my application user. Like that. Okay, so now when I look at this, it's the correct room. Now if I was to log in as a different user, this needs to also be on these buttons. like that. And this one would save it, right? So let me change this to be is owner. Okay. So we'll replace this for is owner. Up here you're showing your loading and then your playlist name. So we want to say div ngIf equals is owner. Otherwise I want to do a div here and just display this as a playlist name. And we'll add this one. That looks good. That's just back. This one's queue playlist in your room. That's good. So I only want to show this one if it is the owner. Same thing here. And the same thing here. Now, if I was to look at this as a different user, can you give me a second to input some stuff here? Okay, I'm back with you. Now when I look at community playlists,
welcome to Open DJ Radio.
Now it only shows me, well, it should show me the name of this playlist, which is called default playlist. Well, interesting, back didn't take me back. This we want to do as a click equals back. And then I can do a back here and do a this dot location dot back.
Radio. To get started.
And then I want to add location here. It's from location.d.ts. I don't see where location is being referenced. Yeah, see, that's the wrong one. Like that. So you have playlist name and playlist. Right here. And this is a ngIf equals is owner. I don't see where it's displaying the playlist name. And then this one is ngIf equals is owner. And then these, we want to pass in here is song owner is equal to, is owner is equal to is owner. So in my app song playlist, we can have a input is owner, which is a boolean, which means that here ngIf equals is owner. Okay, that looks right, and that looks right. I'm not seeing the name of the playlist though. So that's fine. Right here, playlist name. Right here, when you're getting your playlist, let's do a console.log of the playlist. Cannot read property of ID of null. So it's saying that when it got this playlist, it's coming in as null. because we don't want this bit. Let's try it again. Hey there, Bleazale. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them into the chat. Thank you for the support. Try it again. There we go. And this time I got the name of the song. So in my here, I can get rid of that. And then I can say that this is a bold here, which I'm going to say is the playlist name. Like that. And we'll do it this way. And then we want to do a break, and then I want to do my owner name, and that'll be a bold here, and it's going to be a playlist.applicationuser.username. That would look better in a table. And if I did a queue in my room, it says that it was successful and it queued 30 of the songs. So that's great. The only thing it's not doing right now is storing genres. Oh, interesting. When I go to community playlists, when it's loading this, if it didn't get that yet, then it's erroring on me. So this one, we want to do this as username. And then up here I want to say username owner, which is a string. And then we want to say this dot username owner equals this dot playlist dot application user dot username. And there it is. It's never setting the owner here. It should be. Yeah, it's containing the application user. Oh, it's called username owner. The only thing left to do is to add in our genres. There we go. Let's go ahead and look in here. And we want to change all song lengths to be in minutes, seconds, and seconds. Okay. So the only thing left are these genres. So back over here, if I look at my playlist, I want to add a button here. Which is here, called div button, one of these. And I want this to say, if it is the, I don't care if it's the owner, this is going to say type is a button. The ID will be a add genre. There is no, if my genre selected ID does not equal to nothing, then here we're going to say add genre. Save. Save. Add genre. Now I was expecting that that would change the Okay, so add genre here is doing a but it's inside of the form. So we're going to change this to be a saved playlist. Like that. We can get rid of this. And then also the form. Okay, we'll run it again. This time when I look at community playlists and I add one, good, now it no longer works, and save will just kick me back. When I click on a new one here called a add genre, I want to do an alert here of my genre selected ID. And this will be a click equals add genre. check that again. Okay, it's not setting my genre selected ID. Okay, that one worked. No, it's working. Weird. You would need to set this as a event or something, because it's not detecting that this is changing. So back here, I want to do a if this dot genre selected equals undefined, or this dot genre selected is equal to null, or this dot genre selected ID is equal to nothing, then I want to do a information panel. So we want to do a private mat dialog is a mat dialog. And then I want to look for an information modal. And it's called a information modal. Here we go. No, that's a test. Am I not ever calling it? This is what I'm looking for. And then this is going to say no genre selected. You have not selected any genres. And this is called a modal or mat dialog, like that. You have not selected a genre. And then I want to say if my, so we're going to say playlist const playlist genre is equal to this dot playlist genres dot filter x, where my x dot genre dot ID is equal to this dot genre selected ID, like that. If my playlist genre does not equal to undefined and my playlist genre does not equal to null, then we're going to do a another information panel, which is a genre already selected. You have already added this genre to the playlist. Else, then I want to do a if my this.playlist genres.count.length is greater than or equal to 3. Then we'll do one more here, which is only max 3 genres per playlist. You have already added 3 genres to this playlist, like that. And then if that finally works, then you want to add it. And then this is going to be a this.toasterservice.success. And this is a genre added to the playlist, like that. And then here we want to do a this.genre playlist.push a new playlist genre, which is a const playlist genre is a I playlist genre, which is a playlist is this.playlist, and the genre is and this is going to be var selected genre is equal to this dot genres dot filter x, where my x dot id is equal to my this dot selected genre id of the first one. And the ID, which we don't care about. All right. So now when I look at this and I go to community playlist and I click on add a genre, doesn't seem like it's firing this. Click equals add genre. You have not selected a genre. Okay, we can change that. Genre added successfully. And it didn't save it yet. But one thing I wanted to do was this was really ugly. So I could just do this as a this dot toaster service dot error one of these. And then this dot toaster service dot error one of these. Otherwise, you're going to do a this dot toaster service dot error of this one. Otherwise, you'll just do that. Okay? And the next thing that you need are the genres table, which will be right here as a table, and then we'll have a table head with a row, and then we'll also have a table definition, which is an ng4 equals let playlist genre of playlist genres. And then all I want to display here is my playlist genre.genre.name. There it is. 2, 3, and then it shouldn't let me add any more. Perfect. So we need to have that actually save it on the database, and then we also want to this one we want to say disabled is selected genre ID is equal to undefined. So if I went back one more time, now it's working correctly. So now we want to not necessarily have this one as a table, but it would be nice to have this as a unordered list with a list item. Good, good, and then good. And this one we can do this as a div mat, and it's a class equals mat-h3, and I can say selected genres. And then we want to say div ngIf equals playlist genres.length is less than or equal to 0. Then we're going to do a here we can do this as a div ngIf equals playlist genres.length is greater than 0. Like that. And this one will say no playlists have been, no genres have been selected for this playlist. And we'll save that. Beautiful. Looks good. Now we also need to have this, so it was better when it was a table because then it's a table head. Sorry, it's a table row with a table head, and then we have a table row here. But this will be an unordered list. And this unordered list needs to go actually outside of the table. Hey there, Bubby Bite. Welcome back. 1000 bits badge. How are you doing today? I'm doing great, man. How are you? Thank you for that 1000 bits badge there that you just got for yourself. I appreciate that support. How goes it today? Awesome. Congratulations. First time I've seen that. Good. And now I want to add one more row here, which is a button. Which is a remove and this needs to be a table definition. like that. And this button is going to say is a remove genre, which needs to be the playlist genre .genre.id. It says remove genre. And then in here we want to have a remove genre, which will pass an ID. And what we're going to do is a confirmation modal. Okay, and we'll just do an alert here, which is remove genre. Congrats, and hey Rob, hey Crystallizes, how are you? Welcome back. It's good to see you again. And there we go, we've got a remove genre now. And what we want to do here is I want to do a this dot playlist genres dot pop, or it's splice, and it's the this dot playlist genres dot index of, and then we're only going to splice one element, and it's a const selected playlist genre equals this dot playlist genres dot filter x, where my x dot genre dot id is equal to id of the first one. And so if this exists, then we can splice it out. Like that. There was an error when removing the genre. Please try again. And then this one is could not remove genre. And then you want to say this dot toaster service dot success. The genre was removed from the playlist successfully. And then we're going to say genre removed. Cool, so that works. And then when I issue the save, you should be saving this in playlists. It's called Save Playlist. Create playlist right here. Let's see what happens here. I'm just going to lurk around a bit. I'm working on an Electron.js app right now. All right. I'm lurking too, says a fallen hope. So we'll add a couple. And then we'll save it. Rob's got that voice that just soothes the soul. Okay, so now I'm saving it, and if I look here, playlist genres, playlists, genres, I think it needs to just be singular. Yeah, it's singular. And then just for fun, because it says that my Newtonsoft is not consistent, that's not accurate. It is. Give it a run. Reconnect. Go to community playlists. We'll add a genre. Save it. We look at the request that came in. We got a playlist drama count. And it says genre ID was not found. So if I look at this, it's a genre create request. No, it's not. It's a genre DTO. Like that. Try that again. We save. Did the backend not run? One more try. Okay, I look at what I receive. I get my one playlist genre that has one genre and an ID. I'm going to make my playlist, which is going to clear my genres. Oops. We need to include here my playlist genres. Let's try it again. Okay, we save it. Okay, we look at my playlist now. It has no playlist genres in it. So you want to playlist genres there and there and there and there. Run it again. There it is. And so now if I was to look at my community playlist here, it's not showing me any because we need to, here where I'm receiving my playlist, this dot playlist genres is equal to this dot is my playlist dot playlist genres. What? Playlist has one genre, with no genres in it, just a playlist genre and a playlist. And then you want to do a playlist genres equals await your context dot playlist genres dot include s dot genre dot where my s dot playlist id is equal to entity dot id and it's active dot to list asynchronous. Yeah. Okay. So it's erroring on me here. Telling me if I ignore that and reload, playlist song count cannot be read. This one. Let's try that. All right, so that one loaded correctly. So now I can see that if I go back into here and I uncomment this, same problem. Can't read length of undefined. Can't send data if it's not in the connected state. Where is that happening? Here. Let me go ahead and comment undo a console.log playlist. Is it never firing this or something? Hold on. Okay, that time it fired. And it has the genres in it. Okay, it executed. playlist genres. And this is ng if equals is owner. So here, if I could say if my playlist genres does not equal to undefined and no. So let me comment this part out. It's not from there. Is it from here? Okay, Bubby Bite, thanks for kicking it. I'll see you again soon. No. I don't see where this is falling apart. It's definitely from that. Okay, so let's do a console.log on playlist.playlist genres and see what we get. Undefined. Okay, we're going to get it here, and then I'm going to get my playlist, which gets me a number of playlist genres. I see it. Playlist genres. Singular. We need to log out, log in. And there we go. And now we have them. We can save it again. And then if I go back into it, cool. Now I can add country and save it. And we're good. I thought. Okay, so it's oh, it says I have a circular reference, which I do in playlist genres. Because I can't have a playlist in there. Looks good. Looks good. I remove one, I save it, and it's good. Now it's working. So we've added in genres. Under playlists, we really should have another. So we'll add really fast here on playlists. And what we want to have is an add drop down to filter playlists by genre. And here we'll add one more here called genres, which we can take from here. And we need to add that onto genre. And then also a genre and a 40 and a 40. Genres dubstep. Genres not pulling a genre here. So in read playlists, we should be returning a playlist VM here. like that. And this is slightly wrong because you want to do a for each var entity and entities, I want to do a var playlist genres equals await your context dot playlists genres dot where my s dot playlist id is equal to entity dot id and it's active. And we want to do a toList asynchronous, and we also want to include the genre. Hey there, Lissy Licky. How are you doing? Welcome. So now when I log out and I log back in, we'll look at a playlist here. And I saw that I actually got it working right here. And you can see I've got my genres listed. So we're good. And maybe this one will do an unordered list. Like that. And this one, the same thing here. Okay. Now we have it as an unordered list in here, but it looks like your genre is off. Hey there, Lissy. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to put them into the chat. Let's go ahead and bring that back as the table. It looked a little better. And then the same thing over here. Dubstep. Looks good. So now the next thing is that I need to have a drop-down box up here so that I can select by genres. So a filter. If I was to look at this one and add it and say it's a public and save it. Good. So we're in pretty great shape on this ticket. So let me stop the back end, jump over into source tree. We'll do a OpenDJ64. My time that I've been going is 3 hours exactly. My comment will be added community playlists requires drop down to filter playlists by genre and a users page to view individual user profiles. And we'll commit that out and push that out here. Okay. All right. Seems like my overlay keeps disconnecting from my server, which is actually really interesting. What do you use for the app toasters in Angular? What do you mean? I'm using toasters for my notification service. I apologize. I don't think I understand your question. Let me do this for a second. All right, what I'm gonna do, what in generating your toasters? I don't understand. I have an NGX toaster plugin. What is generating your toasters? He's using toaster or TOSTAR, yeah. I'm gonna take a short break. I've been going for 3 hours. I'll be back in 12 minutes. Enjoy the music. When we return, we're gonna finish the community playlist page. We wanted to add a drop down to filter playlists by genre. And then we also want to make a quick change to one of the labels. And then it actually probably should be another ticket, which we'll add in, is that I need to make a users page so that you can click on a user and then find out more information about them. So thanks for staying with me. I will see you guys in just 12 minutes.